Chisels should have pressure by default. Chisel, pressure, size, default. Okay. Okay. His eyes are bigger than the nose. It's amazing. And I'm trying to make sure I get the overall angles right, like this going this way, this going that way. Maybe I could just draw a line in there just to make it more obvious, like that angle and this angle, but it's more like a curve. It looks like Tesla logo. Beautiful. It's a little bit lighter, less saturated down here underneath, but maybe not that drastic. Way more subtle. A little bit more saturated in this corner. a little bit less saturated over on this corner. Darker down here. More saturated in the like lip area. Even though it's dark, it can still be pretty saturated. Don't want to ignore your shadows just because they are dark. You still gotta put the same amount of thought and care into your shadows. Like, try to see how saturated they are. I'm going to start creeping the value up a little bit towards the outer edges, because there should be more light out here. This right under the eye feels more orangey, like that. This is definitely darker. I'm not sure what the saturation is there. It feels about right. This is more pinkish, right? Maybe we'll go a little bit more towards red, a little bit lighter. Just a tiny bit. We'll probably reuse that same pattern on the other side. Okay, what's going on with the top here? Should probably lower this opacity too. I think maybe I can duplicate this and start erasing all the lines. Here, I only really need the shadows of the eyes and the mouth. I don't need all the extra lines, I don't think. What? Wait, what was that? Did it just resize somehow? That was weird. I'm gonna save this and restart just to double check on that. Oh, here we go. Oops, wrong app. Let me go back to Pinterest. I'm Pinterested in dogs today. Wait, what happened? Oh no, how the hell do you get back to your Pinterest? Shit. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, come on. Really? Oh, jeez. Sorry, guys. I don't know how Pinterest works. Funny dog is what I searched. I have to do some scrolling here. This is the most important part of the process. Just looking for a reference. How long before iOS layers version, Logan? It is very close. This is at the final stages of testing, actually, so it's very, very close. But I just gotta make sure that there's no funny things like we just saw here. What was that? The name of the song, I don't know the name of this song, but this is the name of the compilation is Putumayo Presents Congo to Cuba. Oh wait, that's the album, okay. Congo to Cuba. Where would you say HEAVYPAINT shines best? Android, Apple, or desktop? I don't know. I like it. I think I like to use it on phone the most because it's just so convenient. But I like it on desktop too because then you can do, you know, super high resolution and you don't have to worry about performance. What is your favorite drawing you've done without reference? Have you ever made an accidental masterpiece doodling? Well, the thing is, I don't really, I don't ever do this type of drawing or like painting without reference, but I do like design. I like designing a lot, so my favorite drawings were probably design stuff like little spaceships or so. I did a little drawing of a koala family going on a space road trip in their like Space Winnebago, and I thought that was pretty cool. That's probably my favorite one, I guess. It's the only one I can remember right now. Alright, so should I just paint memes from now on? Maybe I'll do a series of just memes. Do like super realistic memes. Let's make sure all the tools work too. I gotta just play around with the smudge a little bit. Basically, I should be doing like a little test sampler platter, a poo-poo platter of all the tools just to make sure that they're working properly. And if my poo-poo platter doesn't stink, then we can release this to the public. Which I think would be very soon. By the way, anyone in here beta testing? I saw that there was so far there was one crash on the beta so far out of like 100 something installs, so that's pretty promising. We added a bunch of stuff lately that should help with crashes, like a memory warning. So if we're using a lot of memory, and iOS actually gives you little warnings for memory usage, and I just figured out how to actually capture those warnings yesterday. So that's been added in, at least so the user knows, like, hey, we're getting close to the limit, be careful, or lower your canvas resolution if you want to live. And I think that'll help a lot. I mean, it's still sort of not it's suboptimal, I would say, that we don't have a ton of memory to use on iOS, so it is sort of the most crippled of the versus desktop or Android. You don't get as much memory, but at least now we sort of have warnings for that, so the user isn't like caught off guard when there is a crash, I guess. And then on top of that, the other thing to combat that is just having a really good autosave, so that even if you do crash, it doesn't really matter because it's already autosaved. It's going to remember your page, it's going to open it back up automatically when you reopen. So I think it'll be good, or it'll be as good as it can be for for now, I guess. It'll probably improve in the future as we figure out more tricks of how to make things better, but for now this is good enough. I think it's a good compromise, I guess. Main thing is I just gotta get it out so that people can start using it, and you can stop talking about it and just get it over with. It has been, I think, started working on this version before the pandemic, I think. Was it? Or was it the beginning of 2021? Maybe it was the beginning of 2021 that I started on this version. And it's a complete rewrite of everything, so it's pretty different under the hood compared to the old version of HEAVYPAINT, and it's been a pretty big challenge trying to get all the old stuff to work again on this new system. It's kind of like having to redo everything over again twice, but I'm really happy with how all the stuff you can do in this one. It's a lot more powerful, a lot more practical, I think, especially for anyone who's trying to do more production type of work. So I'm really excited to see if maybe people will start using it on real projects and stuff in the future. Man, I am having a lot of trouble grabbing this color. It's something close to this, but just a tiny bit lighter. There we go. I kind of like this big chunky brush stroke right in the middle of his forehead. For some reason, that brush stroke says surprise, right? It's like, it's weird, and it's like jumping up a little bit, and it's kind of crazy looking, which fits with the dog, I think. So I'm gonna leave it. I think that's like the coolest part about this painting right now. So I don't want to mess that up. That's something I realize, like when I'm looking at other people's paintings, and I see weird stuff like this, chunky brushstroke, or something that's off but cool. That's the stuff that really makes me fall in love with painting. So I'm trying to, and if I ever see one of those things in my own painting, I definitely want to try to like capture it and leave it alone. And I don't know how you guys paint, but usually I have a stage in the painting where it's feeling really good, but it's still like midway through, and it's loose and kind of crazy looking. And that's when I love the painting the most, at that like middle stage. And then as I start finishing it up and like cleaning it up, that's when I don't like it anymore. It's when I'm putting in like more and more detailed, and then I start losing it. So I guess my goal is just to, you know, go to that crazy middle stage where it's still sort of wild. I think this is about the area that I'm talking about, where it's not really finished or polished, but it has some sort of energy to it. And I want to try to somehow get to the finishing line without losing it. Like, I don't know. We have some freshly picked berries or something here, and then we're about to start processing it and packaging it and doing all this shit, and then by the time it gets to the supermarket, it's not as good as, you know, like the fresh juice. You guys know what I'm talking about. I'm not crazy. But I think it takes a little bit of bravery to leave stuff alone too, because, you know, you might like it, but you're afraid that when you put it out, the other people might see it and see how rough and loose it is and be like, oh, that's lazy, or oh, that's ugly, or that's not a good painting. But I think that's one of my superpowers, is that I don't really care I don't care too much. So I'm okay with hopefully letting go. Actually, you know, but I admire people that can let go even more. Like people that just, when you see their drawing, it looks like they really don't give a fuck. That's the most difficult thing to do, I think. And if you can do that, that's super powerful. And, you know, kid drawings have that too, where they have the don't give a fuck energy, like toddler drawings. And also I think old people drawings have the don't give a fuck energy. it's people in the middle, like professionals and middle-aged people that are trying to impress somebody. That's where it goes south. That's my theory. Yeah, actually I shouldn't talk because I do care. I do care. And I will get super finicky and go over details over and over and over again and ruin my painting just like everyone else. But I'm trying to look out for it. Alright, I'm going to save this one just as a backup. Call it Act Surprised. Unmerged. I'm going to merge this down. Oh wait. Wait, that's not what I wanted to do. Undo. Let me, oh shit. I'm gonna reopen that one. Okay. What I wanted to do was duplicate this so I can move the mouth around a little bit. So I'll erase the mouth from this layer and I'll erase the eyes from this other layer. So now we have the mouth on one layer, and I need to get my transform tool. And this is a new version of transform here. So it has like little buttons attached to it, which I think should be helpful. So yeah, I think the mouth needs to be this way a little bit. And also the nose. Shit. Okay, I'm gonna duplicate this layer too and do the same thing where we just erase everything else. Or actually, let me do like this and just mask out the nose, and we can clip this layer down onto that mask and then move the mask to the side to get, I think I wasn't really getting the 3D of the nose. There we go. There. And okay, and then the mouth I think is good. Let's see. The angle of the mouth is a little bit like this angle right here is going that way. Oops. Oh no. Sort of more steep like that. think it's easier to do like the middle tone version first and then add the shadow later. I should really be using other tools, just trying all the tools. Especially smudge and blur, those are the ones that usually freak out the most. Hey Barry, that's cool. Get ready for a few more years of the vortex. That's awesome. The first brush and eraser are the coolest feeling ever. Although it took me way over a year to make an eraser. I didn't have an eraser for so long, so you're already ahead. Even though the eye looks black, it's really not all black. There's lots of different values in the eye, guys. So let's give the eye some love here. It even has like this cool greenness around the highlight. Greenicity. This might look silly, I don't know. And then up here is like just orangey reddish, right? But pretty dark. There's purple over here, right? This stuff might be just, you know, colors that are coming out of a shitty camera, but it's okay. It's still color. I like it, so I'm gonna put it in there. I guess one thing I haven't tested much is the box. Let me make sure that this works. I like all these things that are loading on the bottom. I definitely need to do these later. Oh shit. Oh, it's trying to match what's on the screen. Oh my god, I need to do that one. We have to do all of these. Alright, I found my new muse. My new art muse. I think this is the stage that I was talking about earlier where I'm just making marks and ruining my painting right now. So I think it's time for me to stop on this one, at least. Maybe we can get a couple whiskers in and call it a day. Let's see. I'll use distance. Distance is nice for whiskers because we were using it for hair strands yesterday, but it tapers when you go outwards. So it's really nice. You can start with a small size and it'll just taper out. And if you want some of these to look differently, you can, it's not just size, you can also use value on these lines to make them look less thick. A darker line will generally look thinner than a brighter line in this case. Okay, I think this one is done for me. Maybe I can do a quick one of these. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna zoom back into the eyeball and try to find that. This one. This one's excellent. Am I hearing a toaster? Maybe. Oh, thanks, Bruce. I'm happy with that one. I'm excited about that surprised brush stroke that we got in there. Yeah, really liking your portraits lately. Yeah, looking awesome. I think you're one of the few people that uses opacity like that with fill. By the way, guys, Bruce said that he is working on some cool, like, natural media style brushes, and I don't know when you plan on releasing them, Bruce, but if anyone's interested to check them out, just go look at Bruce's paintings. New Bohemia Atelier on Instagram, right? Yeah, Bruce is one of the only people that's making a lot of custom tools and brushes right now. So that's pretty exciting. Vajra also was making some cool brushes before he got busy with school, but yeah, he made a couple really cool textures. God, this is such a great picture. So lumpy. Be more orangey down here, right? Orangey down here, then lighter, yellower over here. The only thing about the one thing about this color box mode is that even if you put your value all the way up to the max, you're not really getting, this is more like a mid-tone, right, this yellow, so it's tricky because this value slider is only part of the equation. You also have to consider saturation, so as you go higher in saturation, then you get higher value as well. So that's one of the reasons why I like RGB a lot, is because you don't have to compensate for value like this. But it has other benefits though, so it's sort of like a trade-off thing. By the way, for you guys that are here, what do you use the most, or what are you most comfortable with? The RGB, HSV, or the box? Because I gotta figure out what the default should be. I think on the original version of HEAVYPAINT it is HSV is the default, which HSV is this one, hue saturation value, but I mean I think this is a good default maybe, but I don't know. What are you guys most comfortable with? when you're just painting for yourself. HSV, okay, seems like everybody uses HSV so far. Custom tools on Android will be coming later. It's not, I don't know if you can do it right now. You will be able to though, when the layers version is out. Yep. After this iOS update is up, I'm gonna get straight to work on the Android one. Gotta do it 3 times. Actually, it's not even 3 times. It's like, let's see, Windows, Mac, Linux, iOS, Android. 5 times. Gotta do this, do it. And each platform has little quirks to it. Although I think Linux is probably, I think there's probably like 2 people using Linux in the whole world. It's super uncommon. So I kind of get why most programs don't support Linux, because nobody uses Linux, I guess, except for programmers probably. god, that sound. Hey Michael, we are painting some memes today. Here, I'll show you the other one too. So yeah, I think this is gonna be my new series. Is gonna be like weird meme animals, possibly. This is pretty fun. Oh, thanks, Bruce. I mean, that's kind of the only way the word gets out is basically if it's from you guys. So yeah, thank you for telling, you know, your friends or artists or whoever. That helps a lot. I mean, I tell people about it too, but it's a little bit different when it's coming from me because people are sick of hearing me talk, you know? They're like, oh god, here comes Vaughn again with heavy paint. It's like, my whole freaking life is about heavy paint right now, so yeah, I'm very grateful that you guys can talk about it because yes, people are sick of hearing me talk about it. God, this is a awkward painting right here. I feel like the values are kind of jumping around too much, maybe? Here, I'll try to make the stuff on this side a little bit more unified. That looks even worse. Oh God. It's such a... what a magnificent neck. What if we just fill here? I'm going to try with some opacity, which I usually don't do, but drastic measures That helps actually. Just blend everything together a little bit. What? That's a little bit of a bug, so if I'm on... Oh wait, what? Okay, so if I'm on a tool that has opacity, and I switch to another tool that has a different opacity setting, it's not picking the right color. Ooh, okay, that's a bug. I have to actually reset it here. Okay, so that means when we switch tools, it needs to check for opacity and re-pick a color based on opacity. Okay, let me write that down. Opacity. So there's a function called set active tool that does a bunch of stuff anytime you change a tool, and I guess it's forgetting about opacity. Set. Let's try to put that in next. Alright, I'm definitely going to do more of these in the future. I think I've found something really fun to work on. This is going to be it. This is going to be my life now after today. Alright. The only reason I'm not using heavy paint every day is because I'm doing a Procreate specific thing, but looking forward to when that's over so we can do more heavy painting every day. Nice. Cool. I love oil paint but hate solvent. Yeah, me too. Oil is just so luxurious and it feels like butter. It feels like smudging around a bunch of butter. It doesn't get any better than that. Oh, Michael, do you do like, or I guess this is a question for everybody. Do you like the random map to be on or off? So just to demonstrate, random map like gives you a random sort of a randomization of your texture. So let's say we have this texture, it's just going to randomly place it everywhere. if I turn that off, then it stretches the texture out. So let me bring this up to. So you see how it's like stretching it out, right? And do you guys prefer this stretchy one? Especially on this tool, because I've been debating if I should have this as default for chisel too. Is it cooler to have it like stretchy a little bit, or is it better to just be random? It's hard to tell the difference, I guess, but the only thing is when you have it stretchy, it like moves around a little bit, which might be annoying. I need to work on smoothing these out too eventually. They're a little bit jaggedy, but that can be done later. It's not such a big deal. You guys like random? Both? Okay. What's on by default? Well, that's the question, because, well, different tools have different things by default. So, like chisel right now, I think random is on by default. And then fill stretch, I think, has it turned off by default. Oh wait, it doesn't? Oh wait, fill stretch random does not affect fill stretch. I see. Fill stretch does its own thing. Shit. I didn't even realize that. Yeah, so fill stretch is basically like, it behaves like random off all the time. I guess I could add that in for fill stretch too, but how about fill? This is with random on. This kind of looks like car wheels. Yeah, so random will just give you some variation there. Oh, yeah. Okay, delete that. Save. What is this guy called? Does anyone know? Does this guy have a name? Oh my gosh, there's so many of these. Oh my. Alright, I'm definitely coming back to this later. I'll call it Meme Dog 02. Uh-oh. Maybe I shouldn't do that then. I need to fix those messages so that they fit even on a small screen too. Damn it. Gonna crash. Fuck. But autosave is working, thankfully. Oh man. Probably gonna crash, yeah. Well, at least the warning is accurate. Like, it knows when it's gonna crash. And if you choose to ignore it, it'll probably crash. So I should probably listen to my own warnings here. And save. Act surprised. B. Just export at regular resolution. Okay, no warning. I mean, yeah. I guess the other option is you can export this and open it up on a computer or some device that has more memory and export it there, because we have the ability to do that since we're doing vector. Okay, anyway, looking forward to the meme painting gallery nucleus show. That would be awesome. I feel like gallery nucleus would, if there was a gallery that would do a meme show, it would be nucleus, right? They have weird stuff sometimes. Kind of like the random movement, I felt like I could scribble at the end of a stroke until the rest of the line looks how I like. Yeah, I like it too, because it's sort of more organic, I guess. Alright. Okay, everybody, thank you for joining in again, and I'm gonna fix these little things we had today, which was the chisel pressure size should be default, and then setting an active tool should also set the opacity of the color. Okay,